What I'm trying to do with this video is show you that you shouldn't need to know the teams. You shouldn't need to know the league. All you need to know and all you need to practice is thinking about a market as the context, and then what sections do you go and look at. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to do a general stats processing video. I don't know what to call it. I'm going to look at some games and just tell you what I see in terms of how to read the stats. I guess that's a good title for it. Random games. It has to be random for this to work, I think. So we'll start with this away team on Friday. So in 5 days, they're over evens. They've won 8 out of 10 away games though. So let's check out the game. And if we head to the stats section, so they are second in the league, 10 games played by both of these teams. The home team is kind of average, 1.6 points per game at home. If we look at the overall form, 1.4, so they are just quite an average team. They have only lost twice at home in 10 games, so that is something to note as we go through these stats. The away side clearly having more shots per game. They're a more dominant team, the away side. If we look at the overall form for them, they've won 65% of games, over 2 points per game. So yeah, they're one of the strong teams in the league. If we look at the results for the home team recently, the one thing that definitely should stand out is that BTTS record. What is that? The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. I think I'm going to include some kind of notifier where it says this is last 5, this is last 10 within the results, because I'm always doing that on videos, literally counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there's got to be some little label that can go in there. So BTTS, yeah, in quite a few of the games recently, they're not a bad team at home as we saw, but still they have conceded in the last 5 games. That was a bit quicker to count. St. Pollen on the road, superb. Better form than they're showing away from home, to be honest. They've scored 2 or more in the last 3 games. They've, of course, won the last, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, and they've lost just once this season. So they're pretty decent odds, 2.2, and you can quickly just see a comparison as well. 2.33 is the best you're going to get on Pinnacle as well. So that's one game in Austria. I'll go back to the trends page and we'll do another. I've got a BTTS game here you could check out. You could set the alerts for this one. I will just do that quickly. And you've got a game that's evens there. 9 out of 12 though, so not too many games played. Now let's take a look at a first half game just to see. So it's a bit of a tricky market, first half goals. Can have some success with some teams in certain leagues, and yeah, let's take a look at this game. This is 61 out of 69 total for these two teams. That's the form combined, basically. So this is non-league Premier, and we'll take a look at the stats, and we'll go to the timing data for this one. So the away team, Bracknell Town, they have been winning in 63% of games. They've scored 1.25 goals per first half on the road. If we look at overall, it goes to 1.29, so slightly better at home. The scoring in the second half as well, to be honest, 40 goals in the second half overall, 44 in the first half. So it is more in the first half. Are they a dominant team in this league? It looks like it, for sure. 4, 5, 6 defeats all season. A lot of goals in their games, you can see. Let's back that up. If we switch this to overall, both to overall, 3.76 goals and 3 goals for the home team as well, Truro City. If we look at their home form, they've scored 2.29. There could be goals in this one, but they've conceded just 8 goals. That is incredible at this level, to have conceded 8 goals. That's Mourinho-esque, isn't it? That's superb. And they are second in the league. This is second against third. So this is why I love the trends pages. We've just stumbled across a superb game there from the non-league, and yeah, we'll set an alert for this one. I think for the first half goal, you can just see the odds there as well. It is quite even, isn't it? What about for the actual match? Let's look at the comparison. It's quite even, 1.98 with some bookies, and I guess it's because of that home form, isn't it? I mean, that defence is superb. So we'll set an alert for first half goals. Let's say if it hits 1.6, and I'll just go in and monitor it, because these games against two big teams, especially when that defence that we've just seen, as I say, it's Mourinho-esque, that defence, and they've won 71% of home games. They're unbeaten at home. So something else I've just noticed, as I've gone back to the home and away form, look at the difference in shots for. So Truro City averaging 7.59 shots per game at home. Shots on target, 5, compared to 2.1 for Bracknell Town on the road. Shots on target against, they are having a few, so I'm guessing the keeper's been putting in some decent performances at home for Truro City. What I'm trying to do with this video is show you that you shouldn't need to know the teams, you shouldn't need to know the league. All you need to know and all you need to practice is thinking about a market as the context, and then what sections do you go and look at. For first half goals, the first section you'll go to look at is probably timing. But that doesn't mean you don't look at other sections as well, because you've got to then back up, you've got to then check other things as well. You can't just look at a single statistic or a single data point and expect to have confidence in making a bet or a prediction or something. You know, it's just not wise, is it? You there's more data there to look at, so why would you not look at it? You know, the team might be on a 17 game unbeaten run, and the team that they're playing, like this game, you know, looking at the first half goal in that previous game, they've conceded, what was it, just 8 goals. So that is something to think about. You cannot ignore that, and you cannot just have a bias. It's subconscious, of course, but it's just what happens. And then any stat that comes up to you after is kind of trying to block that bias. You know, over 1.5 goals, 87%. Oh, but you know, this team hasn't conceded in 99 games. Well, you never know. That's an extreme example, of course, but that's how it works in the brain. And I'm just saying that because it's important that you know it, and you knowing it will help you. It's important. Discipline is the most important thing in this game. There's no doubt about that.